Have you ever felt like alone in your own experience when you are experiencing God in your Christian walk? Feeling that no one is relating or can relate to what I'm going through. No one is experiencing the same thing that I'm going through. Maybe my experience is a bit unique. But then that's what this show is about. So welcome to...
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Can You Relate? And we are still on the topic rejection, and we're going to be listening to more stories and more tips today from Leah, Sheyi, and Dami. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a cup of coffee, tea, water, juice, whatever you drink, and let's listen to them. Take care of you, and remember, rejection is not the final thing. The final thing is what God says about you, and God says you're wonderfully and fearfully made.
There's one particular case of rejection I'll be speaking about today, and that's one that actually let's just get into it. So it was back in 2017. It was for a job / internship. It was career path. So I'm an agriculturist, and I always wanted to do my master's, but I felt like after my first degrees I would come on and probably get a job / internship with a very known, renowned agricultural firm or institution organization, and then from there start my master's. And so, disclaimer, something about me is I am not very good with risk, or I was not very good at taking risk. I'm not the kind of person I'll just jump at things. I don't do, or didn't do, I still don't do mass applications. I just don't jump at opportunities. I'm very, very deliberate with things I do and the things I put out there. So I'm very, very deliberate. I'm very thorough. I'm very particular about things I get into. So for this case, rejection was very hard hitting because I was very thorough. I knew this was what I wanted, so I kind of went for it with everything I had, and then lo and behold, said no. It was really hard hitting, it was really painful, but it was a good experience. It's a good learning experience because there and then I learned that up to that point I had made it about myself. I had been confident in myself, in my abilities, in my credentials, and that made me question those things. That made me doubt what I was sort of confident about, what I thought I knew, or what I was certain about myself. And that's why it was really hard hitting, because I was almost so sure that I would get the internship. I was like, yeah, I already had my career path lined up. So it's first degree, then the job / internship, then get a job, then start my master's. Everything was aligned, everything was falling in place, and they just came and they were like, no, not for you. It was really hard, it was really painful. And I took it hard. I made it about myself, started questioning myself and my abilities, and that wasn't necessary, but it happened. So that was that. I remember my dad was in the living room when I received the call, and he had me crying. We spoke about it, and I really wish I could be like, oh yeah, after I spoke to my dad, everything was fine. No, it did not happen just like that. It took a while. I had to actually go through this healing process, because I felt like I had to, that was a very important piece of the puzzle I had that wasn't really sticking or fitting in, and it was really hard to accept. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and I'm grateful I did, because here I am. I came to Czech Republic in 2018 to start my master's, so I kind of just jumped the old job internship thing, and here I am, and I'm grateful, I'm happy. I wouldn't have wished for anything else. So I guess in that case, rejection was good for me, because it was a pointer to sort of take a step back and reevaluate. And about my relationship with God, it wasn't fun, it wasn't easy. It's not something I can be like, oh, it was easy, it's not a big deal, it's just emotions. No, it wasn't. But one thing that would never change is who God is. So irrespective of how I was feeling, moments are temporal. Circumstances are temporal, but God is everlasting, He's faithful, He's true, He's just. So irrespective of how I'm feeling, irrespective of what's happening now, it doesn't change who He is and who He is to us and what He is. He's always faithful, He's always just, He's always true. So I didn't let that, or I couldn't let that moment affect my relationship with God, because through it all, He was what was certain. It was what was sure. It was the only thing that I was certain of. It wasn't about myself. It wasn't about what I was going through. It was about the understanding of who I had. And also, yes, that's a very important one. Another thing that helped me was the understanding of who I am and whose I am. Just clear those things about your life. I am the child of God. I am the daughter of Zion. I am defined by love. I am defined by favor. No, there's some things that we personalize, and sometimes it helps when you like say those things over and over again. They help rejection. So irrespective of what people do or what circumstances feel like, you just have that unwavering faith in God and who God is to you. And that's it, I guess. So yeah, sometimes the rejections can turn into testimonies. Like in my case, if I had not been rejected, I wouldn't have thought about traveling out of the country to do my master's. I didn't think about traveling out of the country. It might sound weird, because actually it sounds weird, don't think about it now, but I never thought about leaving Nigeria to come to the abroad for my master's. I actually never thought about it. I was very comfortable in Nigeria. I saw prospects in Nigeria. I saw opportunities available for me in Nigeria. But when that didn't work out, then I started scouting for opportunities abroad. And here I am, to the glory of God. And I'm grateful for it. It has been an amazing opportunity and an amazing experience altogether so far. So it's been good. And the basic tip I just have for anybody handling rejection is that it's a season. It comes and it goes, just like emotions, just like times and seasons.
Talk about another visa rejection experience. To be specific, I applied for Canadian visa, and I was rejected as well, based on the ground that I don't have family ties in Canada, so I was denied a visa. How it turned around to be a testimony was that I applied again, and I got it the second time I applied, because I met all the criteria required, and it's a testimony, because I was going there for business transaction, and the business was actually successful. I was able to travel down, and the trip was also a success. I had safe travels. In terms of relationship, if let's say you asked someone out, you are really interested in this person, and you asked the person out, and the person rejected you, it depends on the kind of rejection. So like, if the rejection was like a no, we can never be, that kind of rejection, personally I would just walk away. But if the rejection is like, oh no, rejection with a condition, no, right now I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm just going through a phase, probably in the next 6 months or 1 year I'm gonna be ready. If you really want to be with this person, there's nothing stopping you from being just friends till the person is ready. Like, the person gave you a timeline actually, so you have to hold the person by the timeline as well. So like, you said 1 year, or you said 6 months, so there is nothing stopping you from committing to or supporting them in realizing what they are currently going through, the phase they are going through at that point in time, till they are ready for the relationship. But the time span is also important. It's not like 5 years. That doesn't really make sense, in my own opinion. Another tip in terms of visa experience, I believe depends on the end goal. Like, I had to go to Canada for business transaction, so I just have to apply again. So there's no harm in trying again. I mean, or maybe you were rejected for a job offer, there's no harm applying again, this time being a better person. So let's say in terms of job offer, you applied for a job and you didn't get it, there's no harm trying again, applying again. It depends on the end goal is what matters. For you to move from the place of rejection to acceptance, there are things that you need to do. If you know the reasons why you were rejected in the first place, you work on yourself, you work on the reasons and build up a better how do I put it now? Build up a better profile.
So have I ever been rejected before? Oh my God, yes, a gazillion times. I have been rejected. I was even having this conversation a few days ago with a friend, and we're just talking about, she was telling me that the number of rejections she had received from the job market, trying to gain employment, was enough to kill a body. And I could really relate, like over and over again, you're filling in job applications, you're writing resumes, you're writing motivational letters. At this point, a body is just tired, but then you have faith in God that somehow, some way, you're going to have a breakthrough, and you keep writing. But then every time you check your emails, it's, "We're sorry, we regret to inform you that you have not been selected for this role," or "While we appreciated your interesting resume, we decided to pick somebody better fitted for the role." And when I see that, it's like, okay, so what am I lacking? Like, not because I feel like I'm running on a deficit, but because I want to improve. So if you feel that there was somebody better suited to take over the role, what is it that I am not bringing to the table? And I look at it from that perspective, not so I can beat myself up, but so that I can improve and be more suitable for the job in the long run or in the future, So that's how I look at it. And how does rejection make me feel? It sucks. It doesn't feel good when you're rejected, especially when it comes from friends, family, and maybe it is in some kind of way easier to talk about rejection as in how you've been rejected from jobs than it is to talk about rejection when somebody you deeply care about rejects you or doesn't return the love that you're bringing to the table for one reason or the other. And it doesn't feel good, if we're being honest. It doesn't feel good regardless of how much of a Christian you are. You want to feel loved, you want to feel appreciated, you want to feel needed, you want to feel like what you're putting on the table is being returned. Not necessarily saying that you love to receive love, but we just want to feel that way. So it has hurt me a lot of times. Well, not a lot of times, it's not that many, but it has hurt me when a friend wasn't there for me as I expected, or certain decisions that they made me realize that they were choosing other things before me, like prioritizing other things, and for whatever reason it is that they may have, it kind of hurt. So my relationship with God was not affected by the rejections I faced, rather it was encouraged. I told you that, like, I take time to pray. Sometimes it's difficult, but I just keep trusting God. And another thing is, through the fire, He never leaves you. It's really true when God says that even if you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, He would be with you, He would comfort you. Because I have not lacked. Yes, I'm in the job market and I have been searching for a job and all that, but through it all, I have not lacked anything. God has been faithful. I am comfortable. My bills are paid. Everything is happening for me as if I were even employed. So I have really seen God step into the situation, and I know that in His time He would make everything beautiful, and that is what I do. So I encourage you guys to trust God, to remember that you can poke holes in anything, but faith is a choice. Just simply believe. It doesn't matter what you're seeing. Remember, the Hebrew boy said, even if God would not step into the fire to save them, they were not going to bow down to any God. That is resolute faith. When you have put your all in to serve this being, and you know that no matter what He has promised, He will come through for you, and He always does, doesn't He?
So guys, so you've heard it all. You've heard how my friends have been able to go through their rejection moment. And I think I should share mine, which is injury. So what I'm going to try to make it so short as possible. So in 2011, I was in my third year medical school, and I failed my MBBS. I prepared for the MBBS. I did everything I thought I could have done. Like, I could have passed. I should have passed that MBBS, but I did fail that MBBS, which means dropping out from medical school. Oh my God, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I've dreamed about being a doctor, and it was like that was the end of the world for me then. And I remember after people said really like God gave you a word, then trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will direct your path. After getting that word, I thought I'm going to have everything on the platter of God. Oh my God, and then see that I've been rejected from the medical school. Like I couldn't continue my career back then. But then it was just a stepping stone. It was just what God knew I needed to be, the kind of person He wanted me to be. I was angry at God then. It wasn't easy. I cried for days. I was like, oh God, what's the point of everything? Like, what's the point? Why was I even studying if everything is going to happen? But then it was a push. I was down, but God gave me people around me that were able to push me out there and be able to be like, we support you, we trust you, we're with you in everything. And after 4 years, I started my journey again, my medical journey from first year. But I like where I am today. I like who I am today. Then it wasn't easy, but I love who I am today. I'm not going to trade who I am today for who I would have been back then. I think the difference would have been clear. You're going to be rejected in one thing, just see it as a way. First of all, God loves you, God is with you, and just see it as a way for you to get better at the things you do. Just be truthful to yourself. Why was I rejected? If it's because I don't have what it takes for the position, go ahead. I've heard stories of people that had what it takes, but then you know that God has a plan for you. So no matter what it is, the reason is unimportant, but the major thing is that as long as you know God is with you and you are on the right path with God, so believe me, just smile through that rejection. Stand up, dance. If you're right there and you're down because you're just been rejected, I'll just ask you, just stand up, dance, take yourself out, do something, just sing a song to God, get your paper and pen and write out what you need to do and start living the life again. A rejection is not enough to get you down. A rejection is not enough to change your life story. God loves you. He has great plans for you, and rejections are just the way of God leading you to that great plan. God's thoughts are not your thoughts, remember. So be motivated, stay positive despite the rejection, and you will see you're going to have bigger testimonies. So thank you for watching today's episode, and we look forward to your comments to know how you have been rejected and what you're doing to go through those rejections. So thank you again, and from everyone Can You Relate, we'll say thank you, we love you, and God bless.